universe. So by us exercising the mastermind principle and supporting the UAW workers and encouraging them to activate the 100 monkey effect by telling them to take the survey if they are a unionized worker, and both of them taking place at the same time, it then has what you call a butterfly effect globally, where it traps the minds of all of the workers into a fair and just communication with the corporations that's oppressing people around the world with sweatshops, slaves, prison labor, etc. All these things are balanced, but it starts at the bottom with the laborer, with the grassroots, the common person. That lady I stand next to on the line building this car, and they say we make too much money, and they promised her that she would have any unexpected overtime. She has no child care in place, and they want her to work overtime after they promised, but they went back on their word. And the first worker that can't fulfill the smallest obligation to the company is tossed away like trash. And mama said you can't throw people away like trash. So for the worker, we activate the mastermind group in support of the UAW, but also because we workers and we all have to earn a living. Struggle is prescribed for man, and some struggle is labor, work. I worked next to these people. I've seen the injuries that they get. I've seen the struggles they go through with rogue management. I have directly observed it as a worker. I was brought in silence to assess the worker condition. I have been here studying the lifestyle of the human to determine if how we are living is according to the code of righteousness, and it is not. And then I had to find the simplest means in order to balance everything out so that the people could participate in their own ascension and resurrection. Excuse me, y'all. And so she said, prepare the table in the presence of their enemies. So in other words, what she's telling me, and she's telling me to be the good shepherd, is to do this video so that people understand what they're doing, how it works, why it works. This is the rule of the universe, that the same people that we are using this to defend ourselves against has been secretly using it as a tool to oppress us. I went and got all of the keys so we can unlock all of the locks. That's what I was supposed to do. That's what I done. This right here is the key to the fifth dimension. To reach critical mass is the goal. By the mastermind group effect and the 100 monkey effect both being interplayed at the same time, all alchemically tied to a survey. All you have to do is have the interests of working men and women all over the world in your heart, and that they be treated fairly for their labor. Fairly for their labor. They should not have to strike after 30, 40 years of consecutive concessions. They should not have to strike behind 10 years of consecutive record-breaking profits. That is obscene in the presence of all who are righteous. So our only job to support the worker is to exercise the mastermind group and to use the mastermind principle to support them until they can reach the 100 monkey effect and reach critical mass. At that point, the company is going to want to only deal with me. Because they're going to want to talk to the motherfucker that put this shit together, and they already know who it is because we've already made contact. They already expecting it. This could have been took care a long time ago, but the people don't understand that this is beyond me as a physical human. I'm just following directions. I am being told what to do. I'm not doing this is not from me. I'm just following the instructions, and I just developed the mental aptitude to be able to perceive it by years and years and years of study, dedication, and hard work. This wasn't easy. A lot of sacrifice went into it for me to be in the position to tell y'all how to awaken the planet Earth from the slumber by balancing out the labor force with the corporate elites. Once this is done, everything fucking changes in an instant at critical mass. We all are in the fifth dimension who are worthy to ascend. A lot of rotten people are not going to make it. Do not be offended. Do not be hurt. They had their opportunity at redemption. They either failed or they were not human. They were imposters. So now, I'm going to go over it again. I'm going to focus now on the mastermind group. So the mastermind group principle is the same as the Bible verse, when two or more are gathered together in my name, there I am present also. This has been researched thoroughly through sociology, and it was first written and linked by a French author named Gustave Le Bon in a book titled The Crowd, where they were researching how to use the mastermind group, or how the mastermind principle affect masses of people. By being consumed in the group, they lose the sense of identity of the ego, what they call the self, but it's the ego. And everybody wanted to know how to overcome this beast that they call the ego. Be kind to others and give to them the things that you believe in your heart they deserve according to the code of righteousness. And those are the same things that were going to come back to you tenfold. You got to want for your brother or your sister exactly what you want for yourself. If you don't want the best for those who want the best for you, you're going to wreak a negative effect upon yourself. So, when 100 auto workers take the survey, the 100 monkey effect kicks in with auto workers around the world, and they all united instantly at the 100 monkey effect. We support them with the mastermind group because when we are all on the same page, we create an unstoppable force. As you can remember, even white people felt the energy from the Million Man March when it took place. They told me that's how I know. They felt that energy. Now, from wherever we are, being on the same page at the same time, we will exalt everything into a fifth dimensional framework. And it will change all of this dark, evil, wicked shit will start turning around right in front of y'all eyes. It'll melt away like wax in a flame. This is the grand fucking finale. Get the workers compensated. Hello, fifth dimension. Goodbye, misery. Set this fucking shit off. Let's get it over with. So, in the comments, Portia shared the link to the survey. Take the survey. If you agree, in the first box, mark agree. If you don't agree, in the second box, that's the disagree box. But everybody that works should want a worker to have what a worker deserves. Nobody should go to work and be broke down and can't retire because the company is cutting off their pension plan, or they can't get health care if they retire sufficient enough to sustain their lifestyle with the injuries sustained from working like an animal, or worse than what we call a slave. We can't keep tolerating, accepting less than what we deserve. We never have to resort to foolishness, hey, Nee, to get what we rightfully deserve. We have the inertia of the universe tied up in the possibility of connecting through this mastermind group, and they've never seen a force of collective minds in harmony and unity and solidarity from across all walks of life. The black ones and the white ones, the Mexican ones and the Chinese ones, the French ones and the Italian ones, the Democratic and the Republicans, the straight ones and the gray ones, the Christians and the Muslims. They all agree, no matter where you at, their workers are the lifeblood of life on earth. Without the worker, we cannot survive. We cannot build these empires. We cannot build these infrastructures. We need workers, and workers need to be treated justly and fairly. If you can't treat the worker justly and fairly, you do not need a position of power. We do not need oppressors in power. We do not need tyrants holding a guillotine of poverty over our heads in order to give us what we rightfully deserve as a person that's creating the wealth. They calculate the wealth using fractional reserve wealth calculation. The same exact calculation is fractional reserve banking, right? They turn around and they measure your calorie burn in order to determine how much fuel you burning, so they know what your value is at its body temperature level. They know you are not getting your just due. They already know. But they don't think, or did not believe, that one of us workers would have the key to unlock the prison they have us in as workers. The fear of our loss of our job security, our inability to take care of ourselves if we get sick. We got to go to work sick. This is wrong. You don't make people come to work and out of the threat of losing everything they worked for, because you don't want to pay them while they off. You have that can be supplemented without overstretching the greed of the company. They only care about themselves. If the worker don't come together, we are damned to permanent poverty. I don't care about poverty, and I don't care about living in lavish luxury. What I care about is all of these single mothers that's working on the land. I give a fuck about that, because they got to work and raise children and keep a household. I got to watch this shit as a man, and I can't feel too masculine seeing this shit, and I can't change the fucking condition. I can't feel like a man if I don't speak up in the face of the adversity and I know the fucking solution to the problem. Hey, Betty. So it's like my father told me growing up. He said, if a man sees something wrong and he know how to fix it, he's supposed to fix it. And I tried to ask them if they needed some help. And there was a big union hall meeting, and I said, who got the plan? They looked at me like I was from outer space for asking for the plan. Well, here they are, down there trying to negotiate without a list of demands. They come into the company not telling the company what the worker deserves, but asking the company in turn, what are they offering the worker? This is the wrong approach. This is the wrong approach. I mean that the worker don't know what he's worth. The worker has no inherent understanding of his own value as a laborer. So the company gonna run over you. You didn't come with no demands. You didn't come with a plan. You just went. You just went. You just popped up at their front door with a plate. Talking about, can you get a piece of the pie? You don't even know what flavor pie they serving, but you want a piece. You know? Product-wise, it would be nice if the auto workers understand this, that Lordstown should get a return of the Buick Regal as a regular production car, but they should get a Grand National as a limited edition annual put out, and that car will make plenty money for the company, and they would like it in the end if they done that. And I got enough sense to see it, and I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it because it's going to benefit the worker, and it's going to benefit the company. If the company go back to building the Buick Regal, they can use the Lordstown facility. At Lordstown, being that the base for the Grand National was the Buick Regal, then they can use a limited edition Buick Regal, order only, or whatever, however they want to do it. But it's a limited edition, which makes the price worth the car. And it makes the car worth the price. The best-selling production car GM made and discontinued that can be retroed and brought back and produced at Lordstown. Oh, I got 1 million of them. I'm worse than Jimmy Durante. I got something for every local in this country, Ford, Chrysler, GM, or otherwise. I'll go down there and find out what they can do. It's something for everybody. The big people at the top don't need to keep cutting up the pie for us. We can start cutting it up, and we can share with them an equal portion. They don't want to share with us an equal portion. So we got to tell them what portion we know we should be getting. But you can't conquer everything in a day, so you have to make your steps progressive. So the first installment with GM is the survey. And to get the survey viral is to heal the worker. And to heal the worker is to heal the planet. It's progressive. It's a process, and it works. I've done it. I've taught it. I've trained it. I've seen it. It's been proven. It worked. So now, if you fancy yourself wanting to see the fifth dimension and you want to get rid of the misery, get to sharing that doggone survey and write your own post describing what I'm telling you now in your own words so that people will know that this is the real fucking deal. When it goes back to the source, they know who to come to. It ain't no secret. They already been contacted, but they don't believe that the worker nor the general populace will support the worker in this endeavor. I don't agree. I don't agree. Anybody got a job or support right at work? Who won't support being treated right and fair and just at work? I think everybody with a job should do that. And so, we gonna be the good shepherd. We gonna prepare this plate right in front of their eyes. And if any of y'all got friends that work in media, share it with them. Tell them what it's about. Tell them this is the demands of the workers that the Queen of Heaven and Earth sent down. Make them whole. Make it fair. Make it just. And the only thing to be determined is the signing bonus. And there's a young lady at Orient that got to do that. And I ain't going to say her name because I don't want her to be too upset that I'm putting her out there like that. But she knows who she is. She picked a signing bonus. And we can get this shit on the roll. Make this shit viral. Share the survey. Explain it. The Mastermind group. In the name of righteousness. From the Queen of Heaven and Earth. The Mastermind group are all of those people who support the strikers at the UAW and a fair and just contract between the company and the worker. The 100 monkeys are 100 striking UAW workers from GM taking the survey and agreeing to those terms, puts the company on notice, and it affects every auto worker globally. Chrysler got a special case to be dealt with at Chrysler's negotiation. All of them are going to be dealt with at the same time because they all coming together because they already got their instructions. They waiting on the worker to be able to perceive salvation of his labor in front of them. That's what they waiting on. They not going to deal until the worker wake up to the fifth dimension. Then they going to deal. But the side effect on the negative side, the longer it take the worker, they have a negative effect about to emerge within days. And it's not going to be pretty. To avert the negative effect, we have to activate the positive. Alchemy. You turn the negative into the positive. You turn the shit into the gold. And this is how we do it. I hope it's clear enough for y'all to understand how it works, and that y'all participation, every single person that take the survey and share the survey, is instrumental in taking us into the fifth dimension.